Hello? Have you ever bullied someone? You have, haven't you? Bullied someone weaker and younger than yourself? Perhaps a baby brother or a servant. Now, there are many members of society that people find very distasteful. The poor, the Scottish, and in fact anyone from the Isle of Wight. But the person some find the most repellent is the bully. And so tonight's tale of uplift and moral improvement tells the story of the worst bully St. Thomas's School for Boys had ever known. Alan Baxter was a big child, bigger than all the other children, and oh, how he let them know it. No one was spared his big, brutish fists. Big or small, brave or meek, Baxter bullied them all.
Oh no! It's Baxter!
Now, occasionally, a pupil would try and stand up to Baxter.
Hey, Baxter! Take on somebody your own size.
The received wisdom being that bullies are cowards at heart, and if one stands up to a bully, then he will back down.
He's killing him! Everyone! Baxter's killing him!
So much for received wisdom. However, perhaps violence is not best met by violence itself. So thought the class joker, Tonkinson. He had his own plan to placate Baxter. Laugh and the world laughs with you was his maxim.
Wait!
What?
A man goes to the doctor. Doctor, he says. People keep ignoring me. The doctor says, next please.
Yes. Yes, very good.
What a state of affairs. Indeed, Baxter's bullying got so bad that the headmaster was forced to intervene. He did not want to, but after young Ollie Pettigrew was castrated in the science lab, he felt he really had no option but to have a quiet word.
Come. Ah, Baxter. Sit.
What do you want?
Cigarette?
Thanks.
The thing is, Baxter, I am a little concerned. Yes. You have been bullying the other boys.
So,
And I really think you need to...
what?
Well, I think you need to be a little more, nice to the other boys. Yes. That's it. Be a little more nice. Yes. Just be nice.
Unfortunately, for all concerned, St. Thomas's had the most spineless headmaster in all Christendom. Here was a perfectly legitimate excuse to give a child a good beating, and he missed it. Well, Baxter did exactly as he liked. No boy was safe. He kicked them, he starved them, he dressed them as girls. Dear me, the list is endless. And all the while, the cowardly headmaster did nothing. The one who should have been the biggest bully of all. After all, what else is the point in a headmaster? He did nothing. He ignored the pleas of his staff, hid in his office, and just prayed for home time. However, sometimes even that just wasn't enough.
Baxter.
Are you going to be my puppy? You are, aren't you? You're going to be my little dog. Get down on the floor, doggy. I want to hear you bark, doggy.
Listen to me, Baxter. What do you mean by this intrusion? If you think for 1 minute that I am going to pander to your...
Woof. Woof.
You see, our public schools have a fine tradition of bullying, and Baxter was part of that tradition. The bully knew there were standards to be maintained. I'm afraid decency forbids me to tell you what happened next. Let us just say the headmaster walked very slowly for the next week and a half. However, he was not yet beaten. While Baxter ran the school with his black-hearted bullying, the headmaster was laying plans. Do you see, the headmaster was no stranger to bullies, for as a boy he had attended that most famous of public schools, Rugbeaton. And at that time in history, Rugbeaton held the most infamous bully England has ever produced.
25, 30, 35. 40, 45, 50.
Harry Brashman. Yes, Harry Brashman was a legend. Maid. He had bullied in Africa, the Americas, Japan, Spain, and France. On one occasion, he even bullied the Tsar of Russia himself. But that was just for fun. Oh, yes, he was good at his job. No job was too small and no pay packet too large. Face the other way. So, as Monday came around again, the headmaster had an unusual spring in his step, for there was now a new member of staff at St. Thomas's.
Ah, you must be the Baxter boy.
Who wants to know?
I am Brashman, Captain Brashman, but to you I am Sir.
Why don't you?
Why don't I what, Baxter?
Please don't. I'll do anything. It's not my fault. I was abused as a child.
First rule of bullying, Baxter, never pick on anyone bigger than yourself. Unless you've got a pistol, that is. You don't have a pistol, do you, Baxter?
No.
And no what?
No, sir.
Well, get one.
What, sir?
Now, get up off the floor, Baxter. You show some promise, Baxter. A little naive and rough around the edges. But if you toady me enough, I may lower myself to tutor you. Do you want to be a bully, Baxter? Do you really want to be a bully?
Yes, sir. I want to be a bully.
Very good. Off your knees, Baxter. We have work to do.
You may have perceived that this wasn't quite what the headmaster had intended. Far from it. That evening, as the head was preparing to leave, he got a little surprise.
Come. Baxter, did you meet Mr. Brashman today? I imagine you've come to apologize.
Captain Brashman told me how much you like cabbage.
Remember Rugbeaton, Pipsqueak?
Brashman, but I gave you money.
You always were a toadying little fag, Pipsqueak. Now then, let me hear you. Sing for your supper!
I'm a little pipsqueak begging for his tart. Hit me, make my body smart. If you want to hurt me, I don't mind. Apples, tomatoes, dirty orange. Oh dear, poor headmaster. Ha ha ha. He was foolish to trust Brashman, wasn't he? But perhaps if he'd had a bit of backbone in the first place, he wouldn't have been found hanging by the neck in his garden shed 2 months later, would he? Serves him right. Suicide is a terribly cowardly act, isn't it, children? I told my third husband, Mr. Justice Fine Carmody, the very same thing. He didn't listen. Pah. So, Captain Brashman offered Baxter the chance to see the world and follow in his footsteps. Yes, a career in the army.
So what do you say, Baxter? Is the life of the professional bully for you?
Will I be allowed to bully foreigners?
Of course, of course. You see, the whole army is founded on the art of bullying. We bully paupers, communists, women, but most of all we bully foreigners. The empire was founded on the bullying of the weaker, less advanced races. If the natives don't do as we tell them, then we simply bully them into submission.
I see.
So what do you say? A life of sheer boredom behind a desk, or lording it over the empire with old Brashy?
I'll go with you, sir. No, sir. Please.
Good lad.
So Baxter had agreed, and off they went to London and the barracks of the Queen's 8th Royal Hussars.
Brashy, how was old Pipsqueak?
Oh, same old toadying little fool.
And who have you got here?
This gentleman is Baxter. Just signed up for 10 years.
No, please.
Just remember who's boss, Baxter, and you'll be fine. Now then, fellas, where are we off to this time?
Afghanistan. Some filthy Khyber Pass flea pit.
As long as there's women and booze and toadying peasants to bully, does it matter? First bit of bullying abroad, eh, Baxter? What do you say to that?
It sounds the most tremendous fun.
A toast, gentlemen, to the new bully, Mr. Baxter.
Roar!
Right. Which one of you English pigs shot my mother?
It was him! It was him!
No, please.
So there we are, children. And the moral is, bullying is natural and has its place. However, if you have a mind to go bullying, you make sure well in advance you cannot lose. And when you put your man down, you make sure he stays down. Good night.